Go packing cubes. So I love to try to be as minimalistic as possible. A typical trip for me is normally 3 days, but I sometimes travel between 7 and 10 days. And I also love to use a carry-on bag when I'm traveling on an airplane so that I don't have to pay for luggage. So we'll talk a little bit about this baby in a little bit. And we can go to the next slide. Rolling the clothes. That's like my favorite lesson that I've learned. If you guys heard a ding, I apologize. I thought I muted everything. I just sent the family out of the house and I'm all by myself. But on occasion, they like to see what mommy's doing. So sorry about that. But basically, one of the ways to roll your clothes is just to take a basic top and fold it as little as possible, like this, like so. And I have been living by the number 3. So I take 3 of every item I can, with the exception of my caps and the exception of my undies and like sunglasses. And then you just like can fit as much as you can. I have something already prepared for you all so you can see. Another packing cube. This particular one fits up to about 10 hats. And I can get about 3 to 5 wading belts in here as well. And we can go to the next slide. And I only pack 2 pieces of luggage no matter where I go. Oh my God, that is so adorable. But basically I take my carry-on bag and a personal piece of luggage on the plane with me. And I also only carry 2 pieces when I'm going on a road trip, just to try to keep it as minimalistic and simple as possible. I don't like the bulkiness of it all. And I think that you guys could get, or you people, you humans, you folks, sorry, I am working on my pronouns. And it's a habit that I'm trying to break. So forgive me for you all to you just minimize and take 2 bags on. I pack lightweight bags into the luggage, including my Sims taco bag. And I also have an Athleta bag that is waterproof that they give to you when you purchase anything from their store. We can go to the next slide. And so, yeah, some of the basic tips that I'm sharing tonight is just to limit your bulk and try to get lightweight luggage so that you don't have to pay for that extra poundage when you are flying on an airplane, and also so that you actually have some extra cargo space when you're driving on your, okay, yeah. So one of the things that I used to do is I used to use hard shell luggage, and you guys, again, I'm saying you guys, you all might have heard of away bags or away luggage. Those are lightweight shell luggage that I still use, but time and time again, I would see that it was very heavy. And so I moved to a little bit more of a malleable luggage. And my favorite is the Eddie Bauer Expedition. It comes in 3 sizes. The black one that you just saw here is the carry-on size, it's 21 liters. This is the medium size, and this is the one that I took to Pyramid Lake, and it had enough clothes and gear in it to last for about 12 days. And less is more. When you're out, it doesn't matter if you're staying at a hostel, a hotel, an Airbnb, or someone else's home, normally you have access to laundry. And so I typically try to avoid doing laundry, but if you pack minimalistically and something gets dirty or ruined, this is an opportunity for you to just simply use a couple of coins and refresh your laundry, and you're good to go. This is my packing list because I have to keep everything in order or I will forget something. And do you think I have everything on here, or is there anything that we need to add? Anyone can chime in.
I'll chime in. I was looking at your packing list and it's pretty much on par with what I bring as well. And the non-perishable snacks is something that I'm curious on what you bring. I typically leave beef jerky in my car or like a packet of chicken or something just in case when I'm on a road trip. So what kind of non-perishable snacks do you bring?
I really love the Vermont brand of the turkey jerky sticks and any type of meat sticks. But for those vegans and vegetarians, there are some pro bars that I really like that you can buy from Amazon, and they have sweet versions and savory, and those really sustain me. For about 3 to 4 hours. I also try to carry a stainless steel water bottle to stay hydrated. And on occasion, I'll bring a collapsible water. And I should have brought it out, and I fill it every single time I get to the airport. I go straight to the restroom, and I fill it up with water. And I'll do that when I like arrive at some place that I've road tripped as well.
One thing I just also thought of that I keep is like a powder or a shake or something, because sometimes you get in late and there's nothing open, especially if you're driving through rural areas in COVID. So really having those like meal replacement stuff is something that I found handy to have just in case.
The other, sorry, my dog's barking, but I'll close my door. The other thing I do is compression socks. Like I literally, every time I'm flying or long drives, and maybe it's because I'm a nurse and I am worried about DVTs, which are deep vein thrombosis, like a blood clot. But also my feet swell. And so, especially going from like a dry climate to a warm climate, I sleep in compression socks. So that would be something that I would add on my list as well. And they're pretty inexpensive you can get a pair of compression socks pretty cheaply, very inexpensively. So yeah, cool.
There is a question in chat. Someone asked, do you check a bag or do you carry on only? I try to carry on only because there's been so many times I can't even tell you that my flight has been canceled and my luggage has gone on to another location and I haven't received it. But if the trip is going to be a longer trip, 7 to sometimes 14 days, I definitely want to check it in because I want to be able to carry more.
How do you take your rods and reels with you?
I carry them on, or because I don't want anything to happen to them, or I'll put them in, they actually fit in the suitcase that I just showed you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I'll be covering, whoops, oh my gosh, sorry. I'm scrolling too much. I'll be covering some of the different ways of carrying them on an airplane too. So we'll cover that as well. Yeah, cool. I'm just looking, any other questions? No, all right. Collapsible staff for hiking and waiting. I like that too. Cool. All right.
Yeah, so this is one of the best tips that I learned, and that is to put all of your heavy clothes on, like put them on you, and that way, when you're going through, you still have to take off your sneakers or your shoes here at DCA Airport or the Reagan National Airport or Dulles or BWI. Those are the 3 airports that are native to the DC area, and I go there with like 4 or 5 layers of clothes on. And I think a lot of the people that are in security know who I am. So they just start laughing, but they're like, oh, is this another long trip? I'm like, yeah, it's like 6 or 7 hours. But this is great too, because you're layering, and sometimes people get cold on the airplanes. I'm a menopausal woman, so I get like really super hot, and I'm like the opposite. So I just want to peel off everything that I have on. So this is the best tip. If you want to bring a really like heavy pair of wading boots and you don't want to pay that extra check-in fee, this is how I've worn them through the airport before. And I love to cart road trip. That's my favorite way to get around. We're from Ohio originally, and so we go home quite a bit. And you can always control the temperature of your climate in your car. And a lot of us have the type of vehicles where you can have 65 degrees on one side of the car and 85 on the other. So we tend to really wear light clothing and dress the way that we want to feel when we're inside of our vehicle. Thank you, Guy. Thank you all for having me here. And I hope that some of these tips were really great for you all. And if there's anything that you want to share with me or you have any other questions, you can reach me at angelicaandthecity@gmail.com.